Your dream bike might be on this list, and that's going to sting. 15 motorcycles in 2025 with recalls, catastrophic failures, and reliability so bad they'll make you question why you ride. Hit that subscribe button now, because knowing what not to buy is just as important as knowing what to buy. Let's save you from expensive regrets. Starting at number 15, Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. 636cc inline 4 that's supposed to rev high and run hard, except there's a major recall affecting 2024 and 2025 models for potential engine seizure. Congratulations! You bought a motorcycle that comes with a stop ride notice. The problem? Over-torqued crankshaft bolts damaging the number 5 metal crankshaft bushing. That leads to loss of power and crash risks. Kawasaki's solution? Don't ride it until we fix our manufacturing mistake. Owners report engines blowing up under 8,000 miles. Built between April 2023 and April 2025, so basically the entire recent production run is suspect. Price sits around $10,500 to $12,000, which is a tough pill to swallow when the motor might grenade before you finish break-in. Post-recall bikes still show strange noises and vibrations. Some owners praise Kawasaki's handling of the recall, which is like thanking someone for putting out a fire they started in your living room. Performance is solid when the engine stays in one piece. The Yamaha R6 exists without recent stop ride warnings and won't make you wonder if today's ride ends with an engine grenade. Verify, recall documentation, or just skip it entirely. Number 14 on the list, Harley-Davidson Softail Standard. 1,746cc Milwaukee 8 V-twin wrapped in classic cruiser styling, priced between $14,000 and $16,000. Sounds great until you learn about the massive recall covering over 82,000 bikes from 2018 to 2024. The rear shock preload adjuster mounting tab can break and contact the tire. That causes sudden tire pressure loss and instability, which is exactly what you don't want on a heavy cruiser at highway speeds. Beyond the recall, owners consistently report electrical gremlins, charging system failures, wiring issues, multiple dealer visits for suspension and tire problems. High depreciation makes resale painful, and 2025 models inherit these same problems because apparently we're repeating history. Long-term Harley owners give positive feedback on overall build quality, but that doesn't erase the mid to low reliability reputation this generation earned. Inspect the shock assembly and wiring thoroughly during any test ride. Demand proof of recall compliance before buying. Better yet, consider what else you can get for 14 to 16 grand that won't leave you dealing with electrical problems every few months. At number 13, the Zero SR/F electric bike. 110 horsepower electric motor with serious torque, priced around $20,000 to $23,000. It's fast, it's quiet, and repair costs outside warranty will make you reconsider your life choices. Early adopters cite frequent dealer visits and minor recalls as part of the ownership experience. Issues like foggy displays and broken compartment latches pop up more often than they should on a $20,000 motorcycle. Reviews after 22,000 miles show improving reliability with age, which basically means you're beta testing for the first year or two. Performance and the silent ride get high marks from owners who can tolerate the growing pains. Battery warranty is critical here. Check it thoroughly and verify recall status before buying used. Test ride for power delivery issues because electric motors have two modes, flawless or possessed. If you want electric on a budget with better reliability, Super Soco exists. If you're set on the Zero, just know you're paying premium prices for technology that's still working out its kinks. Owner satisfaction runs high among early adopter types. Everyone else should wait a generation or two. Number 12. The Honda CB1000R. 998cc inline 4, making solid power in a naked Street Fighter package. Priced between $13,000 and $15,000, and here's the interesting part. This one doesn't actually deserve to be on this list based on 2025 data. Forums occasionally mention minor oil leaks, but there's no widespread confirmation of sealing bolt issues for current models. Most reviews praise it as bulletproof, reliable, with low maintenance requirements. The complaints that do exist focus on paint durability and minor warranty claims, which is pretty standard stuff. Performance tests rate it highly, though some 2025 updates like the Hornet SP get criticized for not addressing all historical comfort issues. So why include it? Because if you're cross-shopping naked bikes, knowing what doesn't have major problems is just as valuable as knowing what does. During inspection, look for oil stains under the engine just to be thorough. But honestly, if you're considering this or the Yamaha MT-10, both are solid choices. The CB1000R's reputation for reliability mostly holds up in 2025, which makes it a rare win on this list. At number 11, we've got the Kawasaki KX450, and this one's a legitimate disaster. 449cc single-cylinder motocross bike priced around $10,000 to $11,000. All 2025 models hit with an immediate stop sale and recall for crankshaft primary gear failure. The cause? Improper heat treatment during manufacturing. That's about as fundamental as production flaws get. The risk is engine failure and potential crashes, which is fantastic news when you're launching off jumps or railing through single track. About 3,400 units recalled, with owners frustrated by delayed fixes and the possibility of needing top-end rebuilds on bikes they just bought. Owner forums report engine overheating and durability concerns that existed even before the recall went public. Rebates started appearing quickly, which tells you everything about how sales are going. Performance Off-Road gets strong reviews when the thing actually works, but calling it a ticking time bomb isn't exactly hyperbole when there's an active recall for catastrophic engine failure. Confirm recall fixes are completed and test for overheating before considering one. Or just go straight to the Honda CRF 450R, which offers proven off-road reliability without gambling on whether your crankshaft was heat-treated correctly. Number 10 brings us the BMW R1300 GS. 1,300cc boxer engine, pushing 100 horsepower and 78 foot-pounds through either manual or DCT transmission. Adventure touring flagship priced between $19,000 and $22,000, and it's racking up problems like it's collecting Pokemon. Multiple recalls include e-call system deactivation and starter relay failures causing electrical and sensor breakdowns. Braking inconsistencies that make you question if the bike will actually stop when you need it to. Adaptive ride height malfunctions, fuel cap issues, top box and pannier defects requiring more recalls or shipment delays. Survey data shows repair rates around 40%, which is obscenely high for a premium adventure bike. Loose oil sensors, multiple defects, earning some bikes the nickname Friday builds from frustrated owners. The redesign also gets roasted for looking ugly, though adventure capabilities remain strong when everything actually works. Speculations center around potential supercharged variants for the 10th anniversary, but base models likely carry over 2025 electronics because why fix what's already broken? Test every electronic system thoroughly before buying and check recall status multiple times. If you want simpler, more reliable adventure riding, the Yamaha Tenere 700 exists without the constant trips back to the dealership. Coming in at number 9, the Ducati Panigale V4. 1,103cc V4 engine making the kind of power that'll pin your eyeballs back, priced between $24,000 and $30,000. Track-focused superbike with all the performance you could want and maintenance costs that'll make you weep. Recall for potential rear brake failure in 2025 models. Reports of brake lines melting and technical service bulletins getting issued. That's problematic when you're hauling into a corner at triple-digit speeds. The desmodromic valve system requires servicing that runs over $1,000 annually, which is just the entry fee for Ducati ownership. Owners report bucking and stuttering after stops, likely from fuel flooding or electrical glitches. Vibration-induced wear and teething problems persist in the new platform, despite this being a mature design at this point. Track performance gets universal praise because the bike is genuinely incredible when everything works. Older reliability data showing 33% failure rates hasn't improved much for 2025. Ergonomic complaints and heat issues continue. If you're set on owning one, budget for frequent servicing and verify the brake recall has been addressed. Otherwise, the Suzuki GSX-R 1000 offers comparable performance with maintenance costs that won't require a second mortgage. Number 8 on the list, KTM 890 Adventure. 889cc parallel twin adventure bike priced between $13,000 and $15,000, designed for mixed on and off-road travel, and it delivers aggressive off-road performance. The problem is whether it'll actually last long enough to enjoy it. Recurring camshaft wear and failures in LC8C engines dating back to 2018, top-end rebuilds needed at low mileage, sometimes around 8,000 miles. That's barely broken in for an adventure bike that's supposed to handle continent-crossing trips. Oil leaks, rear shock failures, fuel pump issues, and ABS malfunctions get reported consistently. Poor fit and finish for a bike in this price range, and parts aren't cheap when things break. Reliability debates fill owner forums. Some riders hit 25,000 kilometers issue-free, while others call it a ticking time bomb due to high compression heat cooking internal components. The aggressive off-road capability is genuinely impressive. KTM builds bikes that can handle serious terrain. They just struggle with making them last. Warranty refusals frustrate owners who thought they were covered for known defects. During inspection, look for any signs of leaks and test the ABS system thoroughly. If you want similar adventure capability with better durability, the Honda Africa Twin exists. Costs about the same, goes almost everywhere the KTM does, and won't leave you stranded nearly as often. Choose your adventure, just maybe not this one. At number 7, the Aprilia RS-V4. 1,099cc V4 sport bike priced between $18,000 and $20,000, delivering premium power with material quality that doesn't match the price tag. Historical issues include expanding gas tanks and melted wiring from 2010 to 2017 models, which is a terrible combination. No active recalls for the 2025 RS-V4 specifically, though a 2026 recall for rear turn signals affects future units. Owner complaints focus on poor materials like leaking hoses and electrical failures that shouldn't happen on an $18,000 motorcycle. Annual servicing runs around 400 pounds, which adds up fast over ownership. 3-year reviews highlight frequent fixes becoming part of the ownership experience. The handling and power are superb. Aprilia knows how to build a fast bike that carves corners beautifully. They apparently struggle with using quality components that don't fall apart. If you're buying used, check wiring condition carefully and inspect the gas tank for any signs of issues. The Kawasaki ZX-10R offers comparable performance with fewer electrical headaches and better material quality throughout. Aprilia remains a niche brand, partially because quirks like this deter riders who just want their bike to work consistently. Number 6. Indian Challenger. 1,768cc Power Plus V-twin touring cruiser priced between $26,000 and $30,000. That's serious money for a bike with serious problems. Recalls for faulty fuel pumps with incorrectly crimped wires causing complete fuel system failure. Battery issues plague the entire 2025 touring lineup. Overheating during long rides, which is ironic for a bike specifically designed for long rides. Shifting problems. Electrical failures, including tire pressure monitoring errors that pop up randomly. Owner groups report weeks spent in shops waiting for repairs on bikes that cost as much as a decent used car. Low return customer rates post-Polaris ownership tell you what previous Indian buyers think about coming back for more. Some owners hit 50,000 miles issue-free and love the bike, but others spend more time explaining problems to service riders than actually riding. Strong power and handling when it works. The issue is when it works. Shouldn't be a question at this price point. Test for smooth shifting across the entire range and verify all recall fixes before buying. If you want reliable touring in this class, the Yamaha Star Venture offers similar comfort and capability without the constant drama. At number 5, the Triumph Rocket 3. 2,458cc inline 3 making massive power. Over 600 pounds of muscle cruiser priced between $23,000 and $25,000, and it needs that weight just to contain the engine. Brake failure recalls across multiple models including rear brake loss and several safety notices in 2025 alone. That's terrifying on a 600-pound bike. The heavy weight leads to handling complaints, accelerated suspension wear, and brake systems struggling under the strain. Some early models had issues serious enough that owners used the phrase life-threatening in reviews, which is about as bad as it gets. Mid-tier reliability rating with high maintenance requirements for the 2.5-liter engine. Owners report hitting 36,000 miles issue-free, but frequent recalls keep appearing regardless of individual experiences. The immense power is genuinely impressive. Triumph built something unique here. They just didn't build it reliably enough for the 5-year ownership costs to make sense. Test brakes thoroughly during any inspection and confirm every single recall has been addressed with documentation. The Honda Goldwing provides smoother, more reliable cruising with significantly less hassle despite weighing about the same. If you want the Rocket 3 for its uniqueness and can accept the maintenance reality, go in with eyes open. Just know you're choosing character over dependability at a premium price point. Number 4 brings us the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. 452cc single-cylinder budget adventure bike priced between $5,500 and $6,500. Affordable entry into adventure riding with build quality that reflects the bargain pricing. Loose nuts and bolts literally falling off during rides. Engine noises, rattles throughout the bike, ignition coil failures in early ownership. Poor build quality complaints stack up quickly, including intermittent starting issues that leave you guessing if the bike will fire up today. Fuel mileage sits at 30 to 32 kilometers per liter despite being an entry-level lightweight, which isn't particularly impressive. Vibrations persist from historical models because apparently that's just part of the Royal Enfield experience now. Some riders hit 10 to 20,000 kilometers reliably, but long-term tests cite 5 major frustrations that never quite get resolved. It's an affordable adventure bike, which is great for the bank account. The trade-off is quality issues hiding behind that low price tag. Inspect every bolt you can reach and test for vibrations at multiple speeds before buying. The Suzuki V-Strom 650 costs more upfront but provides significantly sturdier build quality and better long-term reliability. You get what you pay for applies heavily here. Budget adventure riding is possible with the Himalayan. Just expect to spend the money you saved on entry price dealing with fixes down the road. Number 3. MV Agusta Super Veloce. 798cc inline 3 retro sport bike priced between $21,000 and $24,000. Prioritizes aesthetics over reliability, which is evident once you start tracking down parts. The mechanical fragility noted in reviews stems more from rare parts availability than specific widespread defects. When something breaks, finding replacement parts becomes a project. High service costs accompany the limited parts network. Frequent electrical issues and paint problems appear in recent models despite the premium pricing. Low global reliability scores back up owner experiences. 7-year reviews show 5,500 miles plagued by problems like snapped components. The design is genuinely stunning and handling is excellent. MV Agusta builds beautiful motorcycles. The niche brand status deters many riders once they experience the parts availability frustrations firsthand. Check parts availability with your local dealers before buying. The Triumph Speed Triple RS offers similar style with significantly better dealer support and parts networks. $21,000 to $24,000 should include the ability to actually fix your bike when needed. At number 2, Moto Guzzi V100 Mandello. 1042cc V-twin sport touring bike priced between $15,000 and $17,000. Comfortable for mixed city and highway riding when it's not leaking fluids. Oil and coolant leaks from clamps and cylinders requiring warranty fixes. Gearbox snatchiness gets mentioned frequently in owner reports. Recalls on O-rings and assembly issues. Reliability watch groups actively track gremlins, including hydraulic failures. Some owners report positive experiences after 2,000 to 5,000 kilometers. Others end up making multiple dealer visits within the first year of ownership. The bike is comfortable for touring, and the V-twin delivers smooth power. Piaggio Group quirks persist across their lineup, and the Mandello isn't exempt. During inspection, look carefully for any signs of leaks around clamps and cylinder areas. The BMW R1250 RS provides more reliable sport touring performance with better build quality. $15,000 to $17,000 is reasonable pricing for this class, but only if the bike actually stays together. Landing at number 1, Can-Am Spyder RT. 1,330cc Rotax Inline 3, powering a 3-wheel touring platform priced between $24,000 and $28,000. Highest failure rate in the 3-wheeler category at 42%. Fuel pump recalls for potential propulsion loss while riding. Battery and connection issues causing no starts. Sprocket red dust, squeaking throughout the drive system, and drive system breakdowns requiring expensive repairs. The failure rate alone should make you reconsider, but the problems stack up beyond just statistics. Mixed reliability reports show some riders hitting 20,000 miles without major issues. Forums fill with complaints about excessive width, making lane positioning awkward, handling characteristics that take significant adjustment, and frequent shop time. The spacious seating and storage appeal to riders wanting stability over two wheels. Expensive repairs and declining popularity show the market is noticing these issues. Test the drive system thoroughly and verify recall status before purchase. The Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide offers better three-wheel reliability with a stronger dealer network. $24,000 to $28,000 buys a lot of motorcycles. Just make sure it's one that actually works. There you have it. 15 bikes that'll cost you more in headaches than the sticker price suggests. 5 minutes of research now saves you months of regret and repair bills later. If you own one of these bikes, drop your experience in the comments. Hit that follow button for more, and we'll see you in the next one.